Early this year, I came out as gay to my husband, soon to be ex, and he had the sweetest and most amazing reaction. And this is what he said. What did you say?
I said that I was so proud of you, and that was the bravest thing I've seen anyone do.
And now we are going our own separate ways, and we're about to put this house on the market. And that's all she wrote. Be like my ex-husband. Be that good of a person.
Yikes! Now that guy is either extremely pathetic and sad, or, let's think about this here a little bit, an absolutely brilliant man that just got out of a relationship with a crazy woman without any kind of drama at all, which is almost virtually impossible. You be the judge. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Rudowski here of WeAreChange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely crazy, wild, and bewildering news to get into today, as of course the world just keeps getting stranger by the day as we now have aliens from Mexico. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all here. Yep, you heard that correctly. All, of course, as international relations just took a turn for the worst, especially in Sevastopol, in Crimea, in Ukraine, as of course it looks like North Korea has just officially joined a Russian alliance when it comes to the global conflict happening right now that is only escalating and, of course, getting into grander proportions, essentially endangering everyone on the face of this planet. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is being shared around wildly on the internet, originally shared by Josh Lekash. And we, of course, will be putting his YouTube channel down in the description below as, of course, his highlight of a woman's TikTok video. As of course, this is not Josh himself. Just to clarify here, this is not the guy this is not the guy who of course posted this video on his Twitter account. I believe he just found it on TikTok, highlighting the story of this woman who clearly is very satisfied with the destruction of a relationship that she, of course, is forcing upon her male counterpart, which she can't stop smiling about for some reason, highlighting just how one-sided and diabolical some modern relationships are, as there's probably very little hope for humanity's future, especially now with the latest news of aliens coming from Mexico. As, yes, the footage that you're seeing right now is actual real images and videos that were presented to the Congress of Mexico and to their political leadership, allegedly showing non-human biologics, as the U.S. government likes to call them now, presented to the elected officials of the government of Mexico during one of their processions, which allegedly shows two mummified bodies of extraterrestrial beings that allegedly came to this world from another place, not from it. This, as it clearly looks like what is presented to be the comical Hollywood depictions of how aliens would look like, as we're learning today that this is allegedly something that is 1,000+ years old, purporting to be non-human corpses, alleged mummified remains that were retrieved from Cusco, Peru, with scientists under oath presenting their findings to the Mexican government, allegedly found in mines inside of the earth, fossilized and now presented for the world to see. As a lot of people here are calling this absolute hooey, probably a prank or a government psyop. Who knows nowadays? They're virtually the same thing. As of course, governments really love running pranks on the people that they're supposed to serve and protect, that they usually do the opposite of with their pranks. As a lot of people are commenting that this looks like something a 13-year-old made out of a chicken bones and clay. Other people are commenting saying, I thought aliens go to America first. As clearly a lot of people are skeptical of all of this, ever since the U.S. government is trying to convince us that aliens actually do exist. Now, the majority of people who previously believed in aliens are saying, yeah, they're probably lying to us again. And personally, I think this is a prank, but that's just my first impressions out of all of this as we still wait to find out what exactly is going on here. And in totally unrelated small white mummified corpse news, we have the latest announcement from U.S. Senator Mitt Romney that he will not be running for re-election in the U.S. House of Representatives, as it's fair to say that the majority of the American citizenry are saying, yeah, good riddance, you career politician. And in other totally unrelated small white mummified corpse news, we have Dylan Mulvaney coming out and saying that it would, quote, be epic to do a Super Bowl beer commercial for Bud Light again, which we are all here for, and bravely support Dylan in his endeavors to please do this again. Let's run it back one more time. A Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light Super Bowl ad is exactly what Americana needs more than ever right now, and this advertisement would absolutely heal the divide that we have in this country, which would be perfectly represented at one of the biggest sporting events in American history. In related other major events happening, we of course have the Beanie Cast soon happening in Miami with myself, Tim Pool, Patrick Bat David, Donald Trump Jr., Matt Gaetz himself, and a lot of other real special guests behind the scenes. This, as of course, tickets are for sale, and also we are going to be giving them out today to members of LukeUnfiltered.com. A select few members will be getting tickets for free. For details about how to get those tickets for free, check out the video that we're going to be doing right after this one on LukeUnfiltered.com, where we are going to be getting into some hot, spicy issues that we cannot talk about here on this particular broadcast. That special video and ticket giveaway only available right now today on LukeUnfiltered.com. Sign up right now. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. It's just 50 cents a day, and you get a plethora of amazing offers of value available to you. Not just these ticket giveaways. There's other contests. There's other meetups in real life. There's a lot of really fun and incredible things that we are doing here on our official, not official, secret, not so secret society on LukeUnfiltered.com, and I will see you there right after this broadcast. As of course, I will also see you in Miami. As of course, if you're not signed up to LukeUnfiltered.com, you can still buy tickets. They are still available. And this is going to be a really fun event to be a part of. And I will see you there and on LukeUnfiltered.com right after this broadcast. As of course, we have to jump to our main topic of discussion. And that is the major escalations happening right now in Ukraine that are absolutely worth talking about. As of course, the spokesperson for the Ukrainian military just came out and had this to say to the world.
On a Ukrainian volunteer is simply allowing the light of the Ukrainian nation's honesty to shine brightly. Next week, the teeth of the Russian devils will gnash ever harder, and their rabid mouths will foam in uncontrollable frenzy as the world will see a favorite Kremlin propagandist pay for their crimes. And this puppet of Putin is only the first. Russia's war criminal propagandists will all be hunted down, and justice will be served as we in Ukraine are led on this mission by faith in God, liberty, and complete liberation.
Yeah, now who are those propagandists that are going to be hunted down? Well, it's going to be interesting to see as, of course, former Congress members and late-night TV show hosts here in America have also been targeted by an official/unofficial list of, quote, alleged Russian propagandists that the Ukrainian government wants to go after. As today we just had a major escalation as British cruise missiles were used to hit Russian submarines and warship inside of the Crimea Peninsula, specifically going after the Sevastopol military base, which has been of a major topic of discussion recently as this major strategic military port for the Russian government just saw 7 major explosions inside of its naval port, as many military strategists argue that this entire conflict in Ukraine right now is over this very key strategic warm ocean port territory that the Russians see as a key vital interest of theirs that now is being blown up by advanced military hardware making their way inside of it, as already just a few months ago, the United States admittedly helped Ukraine blow up the flagship naval vessel of the Russian fleet, as Russia's military strategy looks like it's centered predominantly around Crimea and making sure that it keeps open a land bridge through it with its military strategy so far that predominantly, in many experts' opinions, is focused on preserving and keeping Crimea as, quote, Russian territory. The Russians are reporting that at least 24 people were injured by this missile attack that happened in the middle of the night, as this is the same military port that Elon Musk recently was criticized for not allowing an emergency request from the Ukrainians to activate his Starlink technology in order to help attack. Now it looks like the British government stepped in and is helping them attack this very key strategic military port for the Russians, which the Russians are, of course, saying that they will, of course, answer back in further retaliation from these attacks, as we are seeing a tit-for-tat retaliation from both countries that only keeps making the situation in Ukraine more drastic for everyone involved in it. As, of course, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, previously praised Elon Musk for not allowing Ukraine emergency use of Starlink to specifically go after and attack Russian territory and Russian military bases that they currently occupied. As from this latest attack in Sevastopol, we could definitely expect Russia to answer back with more military direct strikes and actions, the latest of which 6 days ago killed 15 people and a child inside of a busy market. This as the Russians are looking to recruit the help of North Korea with their larger war effort, as of course Kim Jong-un just arrived a couple days ago inside of Russia on his armored train to have a very long meeting with the president of Russia, where they negotiated arms deals and, of course, the exchange of resource to help Russia with their war effort, which, according to many news organizations, North Korea is now fully behind and in full support of. All of this is happening as, of course, North Korea just fired one missile in the direction of South Korea, this responding to, of course, the United States launching their own U.S. unarmed ICBM test, which, according to some political strategists, was meant to show their nuclear capabilities against North Korea, as, of course, tensions between the United States and North Korea are also reaching at an all-time high, bringing North Korea and Russia closer with an official military alliance that is activating and engaging many parts of this world to what clearly is shaping up to be a worldwide conflict that sadly we are on the trajectory from, and it looks like there's no going back from at this particular time and moment, as of course even mainline presidential candidates for the Republican ticket like Ron DeSantis recently came out on the CBS News and talked about how he would launch a, quote, preemptive strike against North Korea if there was, quote, alleged evidence that they were planning an attack on the United States. This as Ron DeSantis has also pledged to deploy the U.S. military along the U.S.-Mexican border, highlighting what a lot of other people fear. This as many people are accusing him of showing his true neoconservative colors that a lot of people are very wary of, especially when it comes to mainline American politics, especially during the very tumultuous situation that we are already in Ukraine, as a Ukrainian military chief, Oleksiy Danilov, just came out and said, quote, people that think the Third World War has not yet started make a big mistake, essentially hinting at how already World War III has started. And when it comes to examining history, it's important to note here that a lot of people who were involved in local small conflicts and proxy conflicts didn't understand the larger scale of how quickly they could escalate throughout recorded human history. And it's fair to say that we could be in that very moment right now as we speak. And that should be absolutely terrifying for everyone paying attention, as, of course, all we hear on the corporate media is the war drums, rather than, of course, calls for de-escalation, peace, and and a resolution to this conflict, which I think we should be calling for more than ever. A lot of innocent Ukrainians are losing their lives right now, and people should be asking themselves, what for? Peace negotiations, detente, de-escalation is something that I think we should be calling for more than ever, as we are in a very precarious situation, not just with the involvement of North Korea right now, but also tensions rising right now in Armenia, Azerbaijan, that could also further escalate this conflict, as it could also just take a mistake by a member of the military that would clearly create a very dangerous situation for the world that I think we are already in. Do you agree with me on that sentiment? If you do, share this video with your friends and family members. If you disagree with me, let me know why down in the comment section below. I got one more video coming your way on lukeunfiltered.com. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and that's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.